Hey, what's up YouTube? Houston here, and I know some of you guys like, hey, where's Houston? Because I haven't been able to pick up the phone, but I had to get away. It was my birthday weekend. Family wanted me to get away, so we got away. Now, for those of you just finding my YouTube channel, welcome. I have a very exciting video for a lot of you guys that are dealing with student loan debt. Now, for you all that's been following me, salute. And for my favorite patrons, always double salute. But this is definitely something exciting, and let's jump right into it. Now, Navient agrees to cancel 66,000 student loan borrower loans, settle claims of predatory lending. And guys, I've been telling you all this for the longest. I made a video a long time ago and I told you guys that Sallie Mae turned into Navient. Navient is a subsidiary of Sallie Mae. You have a Fund USA, and you have another one, but they're all subsidiaries of Sallie Mae, right? And I told you all that the federal government, when Obama came in office, they realized that Sallie Mae had been stealing people's student loans. But here's the thing about it: what they end up doing, and this really sucks. The federal government said, okay, well, we'll do business with your subsidiary. So what happened is, you, the individual, okay, you got a loan through the federal government. So Sallie Mae was servicing it. So then when the federal government, hear me out, the federal government found out that Sallie Mae had also been stealing your student loan premiums and everything. Because whenever you get a student loan, let me explain this so you can understand it, and we're going to get into who actually qualifies for this, okay? This is very important. Whenever you get into a student loan contract, they ask you, do you want insurance, right? So whether you want the insurance or not, because they're charging interest on the insurance, they have to still take premiums out. That's the reason when you borrow $10,000 in a student loan and they only give you maybe $8,500, but the rest of it goes toward administrative fees. Some of those administrative fees count toward the insurance. And so that's what I'm telling you guys. And I'm hoping that the CFPB sues the Department of Education as well, because the Department of Education is screwing you guys also. Okay, they're screwing you royally, because for every dollar you borrow from them and you defaulted on your loan, your insurance policy kicks in. The insurance policy pays off maybe a portion of all of the loan, but the federal government still charges you for that loan. So for every dollar you borrow, they get $2. And I've been explaining this for years and trying to get people to understand. That's the reason I tell you guys, do not ask for the contract. You have to legally ask for the accounting records. When that Davos lady was in office with Trump, situation was CFPB. They said, we want to see the accounting records, and the Department of Education will not give the CFPB the accounting records. So I thought CFPB was going to sue the Department of Education at that point, but it never happened. Well, now because Biden has put this other guy in, hopefully they can clean it up or whatever, because they need to actually cancel the debt, because there's a lot of people that have been paying on their student loans for years, and those premiums for your insurance policy that was paid, and people have not been getting credit for it. All right, so that's the reason that I'm telling you guys, this is something huge. This goes beyond Navient. So I want you all to understand that, okay? So now, let's talk about who actually qualifies, all right? All right, who qualifies for the Navient student loan forgiveness? Private student loans issued by Navient or its predecessors, Sallie Mae. Sorry guys, I put something in there that shouldn't be in there, but nonetheless, so if you had Sallie Mae loans, if you had USA Funds, that's the name, and you had Nelnet, okay? These are Sallie Mae's predecessors, all right? So these are the type of loans they was given to people to go to college that they knew people could not actually pay back, all right? Now, qualifying borrowers must have attended certain for-profit educational institutes such as Corinthian schools, the VRI, the Art Institute, ITT, Technical Institute, and other types of colleges, okay? So in reference to the poor middle class community, this is, again, this is going to affect a lot of guys in the poor communities, all right? Student loans must have been dispersed between 2002 and 2014. Now, that's where it gets at, because I have clients that had student loans since, they've been paying on student loans since 1999. 1999, and they still been paying. But again, what happened is with Navient, they was taking the premiums, and they was taking the payments and stuff, but they wasn't transferring it to the balance nor paying the insurance policies on this. That's the reason they're not talking about that aspect of it. They're like, oh, we're just going to get rid of them. What they're getting rid of is a drop in the bucket from the amount of money that they actually made from people. Okay? It's a drop in the bucket. It doesn't affect them in no way, in no shape, form, or fashion. Okay? I want you all to understand that. Now, also, you have to understand this here $1.7 billion that they're writing off, it's a tax write-off. It's a tax write-off for them. So they're not losing any money. I'm telling you guys, this goes beyond just the student loan situation here. The student loans must have, let's go further. The student loans must have been delinquent, behind on payments for at least 7 monthly billing cycles prior to June 30th of 2021. Okay? So what that means, a lot of you guys, of course of COVID, you lost your jobs, you wasn't generating enough income and stuff. Guess what? Your student loans went into default, and because Navient was the servicer of it, and they're like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, or whatever. The thing about it is, well, guess what? It's coming back around, and again, hopefully this forces. And I'm gonna tell you something. The federal government is lying to you guys. The Higher Education Act will allow the president to delete student loans. So they have the ability to delete student loans. So when they say they don't have the ability, they're lying. The Higher Education Act, and I made a video on it explaining it. Okay, there's proof out there that shows that the president has the ability to delete all student loans. So just keep that in mind, all right? Now, in most codes, only loans that are still collectible under the applicable statutes of limitations. What does that mean? Okay, so if you actually got a student loan directly from Sallie Mae, okay? Sallie Mae is the direct lender, okay? Remember I told you guys that student loans, if it's coming from a direct lender, not the federal government, if student loans are coming from a direct lender, it doesn't have the same protection as the federal student loans. It's treated like a regular loan, okay? And there's no holds barred for it. You have the right to treat it like a regular loan. So if you default on that loan and it goes past 7 years, they have to delete it. Or just depending on the statutes in your state. This is something that's very important because most people don't explain it and they can't explain it. Like I said, I've been studying this for years. I went to college, but I paid my way through college, but I've seen the effects of what it does to the community as a whole. It's a struggle. It's like a pyramid struggle strangling the community. Okay? Now, that's one of the things. So that's very important. Let me read that again. Only loans that are still collectible under applicable statutes of limitations. So that means that your USA Funds loan, your Nelnet loan, your Navient loan, your Sallie Mae loan, if they came directly from those institutions, not the federal government, they fall under a statutes of limitations and where they can actually legally do something to you or be on your personal credit. Okay? So you need to understand that. And let me finish this your statement, or all still being reported to credit bureaus as of June 30th, 2021. Now, again, here's what I continue to tell you guys. When you're challenging your student loans on your credit report, you have to understand, is this a federal issue loan or is this a private lender loan? If it's a private lender loan like your Wells Fargo loan and stuff like that, again, it doesn't have the same precedent of protection as with your federal student loans, okay? So you have to understand that. Now, that's the last statement of this. Here's something that I definitely want you all to understand. What happens if you don't qualify? What if you don't qualify for those criteria and you have Navient? Can you still sue Navient? Absolutely. Absolutely. You still have the right. Even if you don't qualify, you still have the legal right if you have taken out a loan with Navient and they do not produce the accounting records showing in terms of what you paid into the loan, what protections you have, you do still have the legal right to actually sue them. Okay, individual loans, just read the statement. Individual student loan borrowers' claims are preserved under this settlement. So even if you receive financial relief or student loan debt cancellation, you may still sue Navient for any legal claims that you have. So that does not exempt them from being sued by you, the individual. Okay? Now, if you have more questions about personal credit, about student loans, business credit, you can click the comments below and you can go into the comments below and schedule a one-on-one consultation, or you can go to threewayfunding.com or you can visit houstonmcmiller.net. Thank you.